Hi, this is Tech Greens Bonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays, Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. If you'd like a personal reading with me, make sure you go down to secondreadsbyandre.com, where all the information is there. The wife has been hard at work doing many updates to the website, so go have a look. Looks really good, so go have a look at that. Also, if you like to preserve your cryptocurrency for the coming times, make sure you go to secondreadsbyhonor.com and look at the treasure link. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and the wife is on deck doing the things, wonderful things in the background, keeping things going the right direction, which is good. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Trump 2023, yes or no? See, people are coming up into the chat. Hello, everybody. And lots of questions already, which is good. We're going to go through some of the ones that people had asked previous to the show, and then we'll get right into the chat. So no problems. Okay, let's look at the Trump situation for 2023. Now, a lot of good cards here for Trump in 2023. His election that he's been alluding to for the last little while. The health of that situation is a yes. Everything that he's been putting forth and fighting with, against, and everything like that, especially with him getting back onto Twitter and all that, to have a voice in the community at large, has been giving him more and more leverage in the political arena. Okay, I know DeSantis is another favorite of mine for the U.S., and also the what's his name? Can't remember his name. There's another one that's been fighting very hard for actual people's rights in the U.S. For quite some time, and of course that sort of thing ripples out into all the rest of the planet because the U.S. leads in most things, especially not Canada. Canada doesn't lead anybody at the moment. We got somebody from Vancouver. Hello from Vancouver. Hopefully it's not raining. No, I'm just kidding. This is Winnipeg, where we have snow. Not today, but or potholes. That's our two seasons. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into the Trump 2023 election thing. It seems that the health of it is very good. We got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a big yes. There's a lot of money going into that. And he's not going to need a lot of money to advertise himself, because wherever he goes, people just follow what he does all the time, and he gets a lot of free publicity, and he doesn't really have to fight a lot for publicity, because it's Trump. Okay, when he scratches his nose, it's all over the internet. The money situation, I think he has enough money. He's not going to get the partnerships that he was hoping for this time around. Okay. Usually politicians have to get a whole bunch of partnerships with nefarious people behind the scenes to get themselves elected and get the funding to get the advertisement and all that sort of thing. He's going to be not doing that again. Okay. This time around. And the people that are involved with this situation, they're going to have to tiptoe around many of the little landmines that the establishment media are putting out there for him. But overall, we got the Sun card, which is a good card to have. Okay. With the people that are involved with him and his 2023 election situation, and they're all ready to charge forward. We got the Knight of Wands as well going forward. He's probably not the best candidate overall. He's going to make great change. I think DeSantis would be a better person overall, but I think Trump is going to be bringing forth great changes. I think that pendulum is going to be swinging hard back to the right, as it needs to do, and kind of get back to that middle instead of being to the left. And this is worldwide. I take it, just watching the news, at left leaning situation is too much. I don't mind a little bit of left, but we need more right situation going on around the world. It's getting to the point of ridiculous around the world with too much left. Okay, so my two picks: DeSantis or Trump. Who will get? I think it's going to be DeSantis. Okay, if DeSantis runs. Okay, if Trump runs, I think DeSantis is going to be sitting back. There's something going to be happening in that time period where Trump may not be able to run. Okay, but if he does run, he will get the office again. But I am picking up there's some situation that where DeSantis may be taking the. There's the other guy. Thank you, Brian. Rand Paul would be my other pick. He's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes and in front of the scenes and everywhere else to secure doing the right thing. Okay. But I don't have a feeling that he's going to be running this time around. I just have this feeling that it might be after that. I think it could be Trump, DeSantis, going in sequence, and then Rand Paul. Okay, in that order. So I believe, yes, he'll be running. That's Trump, by the way. But if he doesn't, I'm getting the feeling that it may be Rand Paul for the 2023 presidential candidate. Okay, let's look at the next question. Chainlink. Somebody had asked about Chainlink. Let's have a yearly review of Chainlink in the next little while. It's one of the coins that I always say that you should have in your portfolio going forward with all this craziness going on around the world. Hey, we got some people from DLive. Hey. Yeah, I do a lot. The live goes out to a couple different places. DLive is one of them. Hello from DLive. Let's have a look at Chainlink. For the next year, the health of Chainlink is going to be okay. There's going to be a lot of celebrations going on with Chainlink and its healthiness, as it were, going forward. They're doing all the right things at all the right times with their protocol. They're not in the news as much as they normally should be. That happens a lot with cryptocurrencies. They get a lot of coverage and people kind of forget about them over time. I noticed this with my YouTube videos. They get a lot of views and then they drop off the face of the planet, even though they're number one in that position on YouTube. It's just people move on to other things, other shiny objects that people are looking at the moment. So the health of it seems to be rather well. They're not tied to old ideas, which are holding them back. They're moving forward with new and innovative ideas moving forward to keep themselves relevant in the new market that's appearing and competing with the likes of Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is still going to be the top dog for many, 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 many years because of some of the things that they put on top of their cryptocurrency, level 2, level 3, um, things that they're putting into place, which has kind of negated many of the other cryptocurrencies to a back seat. Now we're seeing a lot of the cryptocurrencies trying to implement things to overcome many of the things that Bitcoin has just put on top of their blockchain, okay, as a second level. Okay, so getting back to Chainlink, the money is going to be a little sparse. There's going to be some regulations coming in, which is going to be coming in for just about every other cryptocurrency that is out there because the old elites do not want cryptocurrencies to be king. Okay, they want to stay in that power and they do not want to lose that position. People in power always want to tend to stay in power, and they're going to do everything and anything to stay in power. So over the next year, the price is going to be a little lackluster for that time period, and then I'm thinking in August it's really going to take a little bit of a dump. Sounds bad, dump. Anyways, and then after that, it's going to be separate. We're already seeing that it's actually separating itself from the regular market and then start to go back up as they separate themselves from the old traditional system. From there, the people that are involved in the Chainlink cryptocurrency platform seem to be going through some hard times in the next little while, but they will recover. And this is also being reflected in the price for the next year or so. Okay. Hopefully that answers everybody's question on Chainlink in the next little while. So this one always comes up over and over and over again. Mononoke Inu. These strange names for these cryptocurrencies, and they're trying to cash in on the Inu name. Okay, so that's something I have to warn everybody about: is just don't buy a cryptocurrency because it has a matching name to a more popular one. Okay, there's a lot of scam companies that are out there that would use the name to benefit from a name, right? And make themselves big. Okay. So, Mononoke Inu. Somebody already said Mononoke Inu is a scam. Probably. Will it make any money? Let's see. The health of it seems to be okay. There was a lot of hurdles that they were trying to overcome, and they have done that just recently. This is the year outlook for Mononoke Inu. The price, unfortunately, is going to be going down quite a bit. And there's a lot of things that they're going to have to tiptoe through as they kind of release a lot of the things that are not public knowledge at the moment. We got the 5 of Pentacles, meaning a lot of financial ruin. Okay, is going to be happening to the Mononoke Inu society and people that are holding it. So it's going to go crash down quite a bit in the next little while. And a lot of the people that are associated with are really having troubles trying to keep things moving forward with everything else that's going on. I don't think they were prepared for everything that was going on. I think it started as something more legit, but it's becoming kind of not so much. So, of course, we got our favorite card here. And this is the people that are involved with this cryptocurrency. Sleepless nights and stress and all that wonderful stuff. We got a lot of legislation and oversight from other organizations on this one. So the next year is not going to be the greatest for Mononoke Inu, as I think it's going to take a turn to something not as good as what it could have been. Okay, thank you for that question. Pulsechain. Seems Pulsechain this is going to be for the next year. Seems to be having their troubles as well, health wise. They're ready to charge forward, but there's a lot of things holding them back, and things getting in the way. There's that Three of Swords, and this is with the people, okay, that are involved with the program. So that's your goal, and something coming between that and it's they can't figure their way out of this certain situation, which is going to be harming them in the long run. So they're trying to figure a way around this situation. I'm not sure what the situation is, but it's just being shown up in the cards. Could be a regulatory thing or something like that, which they have to get around. There's a lot of night cards, so they're ready to charge forward, but they're just coming to a brick wall. Okay. I think the price is going to be lackluster for the next year or so. Even now, they're ready to charge for it. They got the people in place. They're just being held back by a whole bunch of red tape, I think. That's basically what I'm picking up. So not a bad project. It's just some things are getting in the way of their success going forward. So it might be one that you'd have to be very, 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 very patient with going forward if you're wanting to make some good returns on this one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. XLM project. So XLM. Okay, so XLM project. I'm caught up reading the chat, but we'll get to that very soon. Some very interesting questions coming up, but I get distracted a little bit watching those. So XLM project, seems that the health is pretty good. We got the Ace of Pentacles in the health. We got a lot of victories along the way for the health of the cryptocurrency moving forward. That's the programming and the setting up of things, the management of things, and that sort of aspect, which is kind of its own sphere, okay, in a thing's life or a person's life. That is that part. The health is pretty good. The price, unfortunately, is not the greatest right now. They're coming at the end of a cycle. You got that 10 card. So whatever the price was doing is going to be doing the opposite in the near future. and the people that are involved in this are kind of laissez-faire for this at this second. Okay, they're going to be picking up. We got the Wheel of Fortune, so a lot of the work that they've been doing behind the scenes is going to be paying off dividends. They just don't see it right now. They're just kind of worn out from doing all the work. Okay, and they haven't gotten over that hump in their work to see the benefits of everything. Sometimes people just quit too soon. Okay, they work, and they don't see any results, and they don't stay until the rewards are given. Okay, and I think they're going through that process at this moment in time. They're doing all the work. They're not seeing any benefit to it. And if they would just stay a little longer, I think they would see that benefit. So if anyone from XLM sees this, stay in. Okay, it's going to be paying off in a big way for you in the future. So okay, so that was XLM project. Thank you for that question. Hey, we're getting into the chat now, as I have a card malfunction. There we go. We're good. Hi, Audrey. Can the card show us what's up with Ren Crypto? Okay. We'll do a yearly read on this one. So this is a year out. Let's have a look. We got the death card in the health. I'll just show it to you. Okay, so that's a death card. Now, with the showing of the card, it doesn't mean death of the project. It just means a huge change in everything that they've been going through. So whatever health situation that cryptocurrency was having is going to be changing abruptly, okay, and moving into the new way, kind of like that. That's usually a death card, means a quick change in everything, okay, that they were doing. So they were going right, now they're going to go left really quickly. And some people are not going to be able to adjust to that as quickly as they need to be. And that is showing up in the cards themselves. The Judgment card is upside down. We got the Chariot upside down. And we have much of the financial part of that cryptocurrency not doing as well as it can. So there could be a dump or a huge dump coming up in the new year for this, or the next year for this cryptocurrency, because we got Temperance, it's upside down. We got the Ace of Pentacles upside down. So many of the bad indicators going on with this cryptocurrency for the next year, they're going to be changing quite a bit. So whatever this is, kind of sitting on pins and needles on this one. If you were a holder of Ren, I don't hold any Ren myself. Yeah, I would stay away from it for a little while, okay, and see what transpires if they're going to be changing quickly. It might be a good time to change your assets into something else if you can. Okay, not financial advice. You do what you want to do. Got a phone call coming in. My wife's ringtone is New Orleans is sinking. She's a Tragically Hip fan. So, okay. So we can do the next one if you're ready.
I put it up. Oh, I thought I did.
There we go. She was distracted by the Tragically Hip. If you're Canadian, you probably know what Tragically Hip is. Somebody's saying Blue Rodeo. That's not Blue Rodeo. But I like Blue Rodeo. One of my cousins played in Blue Rodeo. Distant cousin. Great band, great Canadian band. But we got $5 euro. Could you check Electronium? Hey, okay. We'll do a yearly read on that. Okay, so Electronium for the year from today. The health of it seems to be for the new year, the next year. A lot of people are kind of displeased with this one going forward because they're you're gonna notice they're gonna be trying to change the payouts in some way again. I think they did that a while ago, and they're going to be regulating it a bit more in the future, and it's going to be pissing people off. So they're going to be going to other things like E and some of the other ones like Pi. Okay, even though they're about as good in some ways, but not as good as Electronium going forward. So I think that's going to be affecting that price in the next little while. They're going to be changing the requirements and all that other gobbledygook on payouts in the near future. And I think the people that are involved in it, it's going to be a long journey for them moving forward to really make any headwind. They're going to have a bit of a headwind in the next little while, trying to implement these changes that they're going to be doing in the near future. Okay, I think they've already done it. So I don't see the price really rising at a lot, alarming rate in the next little while. It's probably going to be dropping like everything else. And it's going to be that long journey moving forward. I know they have a large amount of people that are using the platform. Nothing wrong with the platform, but I think that the money part of it's going to be null and very lackluster for the next little while for this one. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question on Electronium. It'll be around for a long time. I don't think you're going to be ever rich from it, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, and we got people dancing in the chat. Full would like a 3-card reading. The hip aren't from Winnipeg. Sorry. I think they're from Toronto or Vancouver.
Google says Kingston, Ontario.
Kingston, Ontario. The wife has corrected me. There's a couple interesting bands that have come from Winnipeg, but a lot of the bands people don't really know. So, like Bachman Turner Overdrive. We'll just talk while I shuffle a little bit. Let's see, Neil Young, Burton Cummings, the Guess Who, the Crash Test Dummies are all from Winnipeg. So there's just a few. 3-card reading for Foe. So whatever legal thing that you're going through is going to be, you're going to have victories. Okay. So whatever, I don't think it's a legal thing you're going through, but it's kind of like a legal thing that you're going through with somebody else, and you're going to be coming up on top. Everything that they're putting towards you is going to be falling flat on its face, and you're going to be having that little bit of celebration in the next little while. And they're going to be changing their tactic into something else. So just be ready with that. They're going to be changing tactics when they see that the tactic that they're using is not working. Okay, so just be ready for that. But you're going to be coming up over top of that in no time flat. Okay. Do you see GALA games at $1 this year? Oh. Yes, but barely. There's some temperance going on here for the next year. There's some meaning it's the right mix of things to springboard it forward. Something happens along the way that makes this particular cryptocurrency go up in some way, shape, or form. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes through regulations and things. So whatever's going to be happening in the new year or this particular year, I think it's closer to the year after that this happens. They just come up on top. I'm thinking this is a gaming token, so maybe they put in some burning mechanism, and it just whatever game this is gets really popular, and I could see that happening. So that combination could see that it gets to $1 in the next year. Okay, thank you for that. Kucoin exchange reliable. Well, as I always say, I'm going to have a sip of coffee before we get into this. Never ever leave your money on an exchange. Ever. I've known so many people that have lost their cryptocurrencies because they were, I gotta say it, lazy. Okay. Kept it on the exchange. And the next moment you hear that it's been hacked and all their money's gone away. So never, ever leave your money on an exchange unless you're in the middle of a trade. Okay. Or you're doing something like some of the exchanges now have where you can make dividends and all that. Do not put all your money in one basket. Okay. Especially one that is an exchange. Okay. With that said, you should keep your cryptocurrencies that you're not using and safely on a Trezor or maybe Ledger Nano, maybe. But Trezor has always been on top of everything going forward and in the past. Okay. Now, Kucoin, it's a cryptocurrency as well, I believe. I need to worry about privacy. Well, yes. Don't greenlight your cryptocurrencies. I think this is a decentralized one, right? Overall safeness, yes, you can get your cryptocurrencies from there. I think it's a decentralized one. There are tons of decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges out there now. So depending on what cryptocurrency that you are looking at getting, this is one of the better ones. I do now remember this. So many things that I look at in a day. Yeah, this one's okay about your privacy, so you don't get greenlit. Lighting your wallet is when you register a wallet with an exchange. Okay, so when you do it decentralized, you don't have to do that. Okay, and your privacy is in good. Okay, or you can get your cryptocurrencies from a machine, BTM, Bitcoin machine. Uh, and if you do it under a certain amount, okay, you don't have to give any information. Okay. And if you got a lot of money, just do it in smaller spurts. Okay. That way you can stay private. That's what me and the wife do. So it's safe for that part that you're asking about. So no problems there. Okay. Thank you for the question.
She loves Henry Cavill very much.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. But I get the yes. It's one of my bigger videos, actually, at the moment. I'm hoping there's a lot of people out there that are coming in from my celebrity videos. The wife says that people like celebrities. So I've been doing birthday readings on celebrities on the day. Okay, and I got a whole bunch of videos I got to do for the next month. I do them prior. So if you see me wearing the same shirt, that's why I do them. I sit down and I do all the videos at once for something like that. Okay. Daniel would like a 3-card reading for job prospects or life projects. There's something. I'll just show you the card. Okay. Something's coming between you and your goal. Yeah, we got that 3 of Swords. But right next to that, this is a great card for fast motion because of work. Okay. I'm picking up that you may be hindering yourself and your movement forward by indecision. And this is what the 3 of Swords is showing me at this moment in time, that you're holding yourself back and not really getting out there and doing the work. This is where the law of attraction comes into play. Everybody forgets that the law of attraction works with law of attraction and the law of action. So I think this is the moment in time when you get over this situation and start putting in the work, that you will start to move forward and the life of attraction will start to work for you. But people forget that you need that law of action. When you get into the law of action, then the universe is going to throw information at you that you need to achieve your goal. If it is concrete in your mind, okay, even if it's a little mimby wimby in your mind, it will start to solidify itself, okay, into moving forward. So there are some things you just got to get into action and do the work that's required, and then you'll have that great change. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hello, Andrea. Can I get a reading on Apollo? Will it reach 75 cents? I'm assuming this year. No. For this year, for the remainder of this year, it won't get to that 75% US. For the dilly always great brings me these interesting cryptocurrencies at a price point. If it's the year for this year, no. If it's beyond that, then yes. Just 2-3 years from now, it might get into that price range. I think there's a lot of things that have to change behind the scenes for that to happen. There are celebrations at the end of the year because they may have hit a target that they had, but I don't think it's actually 75 cents. It could be 50, 40 cents, that sort of thing going forward. But unfortunately, the answer for this year is no. Sorry. Okay, thank you, Dilly. When will EPX get listed on Binance, and will it pump up high when this happens? Now, Binance has just been putting crazy amounts of coins on their. No, that's another one. Okay. There was one that is very selective on the cryptocurrencies that they would put on their exchange. And I think that was Coinbase, if I'm not mistaken. And now they just throw whatever they feel like on their exchange. It used to be the pinnacle of cryptos if it's listed on the Coinbase. But Binance, let's just have a look. Will EPX get listed on? The answer is no. Everything there's a lot of things holding it back from being put on there this year. It may be put on there, or something is going to happen to EPX in the future that prevents it from getting listed for whatever reason. There's some things that they get through before that actually happens. There may be a change in the EPX platform itself before it actually gets put on. It may be rebranded or renamed or something like that. Things changed around for it to be more palatable to Binance in the future. Okay, thank you for that, Dilly. Merchant Energy Web Token. Okay. I think I remember this one. It was a token related to energy production. It might have a feature if the premise is good. Let's just have a look. The health of it is wishy-washy at the moment. I think it's more their premise of what they're trying to back their cryptocurrency with, or the usefulness of their cryptocurrency. And I don't think it really holds that much water at the moment. Okay. It seems like a really good idea at the moment, but it's not really. As a cryptocurrency for trading, it's okay. You're going to make a little bit of money here and there, as you know, ups and downs in the market. I think there's a transitional period in the near future where they're going to be changing what they are now into something new. Okay, still along the same lines. Okay, but different enough where it actually makes sense for this cryptocurrency to be something. Okay, there's a lot of cryptocurrencies. They say or claim that they're fitting a certain niche, and it doesn't really pan out to the way that they're saying. Okay, or the people that are involved in energy production don't really care about the cryptocurrency. They just want to make the cash making energy. So yes, there is a future. I think there's going to be a lot of changes with this one. That's where this card comes in. There's some white hat activity with it. The money will do okay. We got the world card with the price. So it does have a future. I don't think you're going to see any great gains from it until they make this change, okay, into something actually useful. Like I've said previously, that cryptocurrencies are going to have to go from speculative to actual usefulness in the near future. And that's coming up very, very, very quickly. Okay. So when they become more useful in life, then they will go up. Okay. Thank you for that question. How long until I can afford to retire? 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. Whew. If you're thinking about that now, I think you're a little too late. Okay. You should have been doing that a long time ago and preparing yourself for retirement well before this time. Okay. But let's look at retirement for yourself. And plus all the things coming up. Unless you positioned yourself well in the cryptocurrencies and all that, you might do okay. But let's have a look. So it's a no even to the 36-month period of time. You've been you got a plan, okay, but it may not be working out as well as you think it will in the near future. Because we got the Fool card. I'm not saying you're a fool. I'm just saying that the idea that you had of retirement in that amount of time may be a little skewed. Okay. And we got the Ace of Swords, but it's reversed. Aces are always yes to the question. So look at what your finances are and try to build from there. Okay. And maybe picking my favorite 6 coins to begin with, but that's not going to be happening for some time for that to go back up. Okay. There's a whole thing that needs to happen with these coins and the world before this really starts to really pop. Okay. Yeah, people don't plan to fail. They just plan to or fail to plan. That's what we used to say when I was a financial advisor. But if you're connected in some of these, I could see a year or two if you really focus on a plan with these cryptocurrencies moving forward. Okay, thank you for that question. Okay, so 2 questions here. GMX. We'll look at first. I think I've done that one before. I can't remember. There's so many readings that I've done. It's hard to keep track, right? GMX for the new year. And we got Marlin. Hello, Marlon. Okay. GMX. The health of it for the next year is going to be same with the price, same with the people that are involved with it. I think there's a lot of hurdles that they have to overcome, and they will overcome these things. It's just the timing. I think it's going to be a little beyond the year, so they are going to survive for the year. But it's not going to have anything amazing happening with the platform itself and in the price and with the people themselves, because they're going to have a big change out in people that are working with this cryptocurrency. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be walking away from this one because of things going on behind the scenes. And this is going to be affecting that price to a lower than everything else in the next little while. But they're going to get the right people together eventually. So by the end of the year, they're going to get the right people, and then they'll grow from there. Okay, so that's another one you got to be very, 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 very patient with. Okay, I know everybody wants everything now, but that doesn't happen in real life. Okay, and the second part, SNX. So the health of this one is not as bad as the other one. Okay, seems that they're on the right track to many of the things they're hoping to accomplish in the future. The price is not too bad in the new year, and I think they're going to be a little hung up on things coming up for themselves on where to move forward to, because they're going to be going through a great change with the personnel. So we got the good old death card here and the people, and because right now they don't have the right mixture of people to bring that project forward. It will keep moving forward regardless of who's there. It just would be much, much better when they put the new people in place. So I think that's what they're really hung up on, is the people that are doing the work behind the scenes to move this project much further along than it is right now. Okay, so SNX is a little bit better than GMX, okay, for the new year. Thank you for that question. How do I see the Mexican economy? I know they were, the Mexican government was talking about legalizing Bitcoin. That was on TMI a couple of days ago. That could be a little part of it. You have to remember, in Mexico, they still produce things. In the U.S., unfortunately, they don't as much. Okay, because back in the day, they gave all the business to other countries to do it cheaper, right? So all the manufacturing is outside of the U.S. Mexico is one of those countries that actually produces the things for the U.S. Populace. Same with Canada. We got a lot of production here in China and all that sort of thing. So Mexican economy is probably being boosted because they actually still produce things on a larger, in a bigger way. Okay, because they got cheap labor, unfortunately. which is not good for the people, but it's good for business there, where the U.S. is not. Let's just throw some cards for the Mexican economy. And they don't have all the regulatory baloney that other countries do. And I'll leave it at that. It's to do with that sort of thing. So they haven't hamstrung themselves into oblivion with silliness. I'll leave it at that. Mexican economy is going to do rather well, and we got the world card for them. Okay, so if you're thinking of a place to escape to, Mexico would probably be the best place if you can get there. Me in Canada, I can't go there because I can't get on a plane for reasons. Okay, just look at the Canadian political baloney going on right now. Yeah, the Mexican economy is going to be booming in the next little while. There's a lot of confusion with the people that are involved with the Mexican economy because I don't think they were expecting this is for the new year, for everything to happen the way that it has for their economy. And they're going to be starting to outpace even the United States in productivity and no job loss like other countries, okay? Because they keep producing things where other countries have been reduced in quite a way, and they're going to be separating themselves from the United States. This is probably why they're talking about getting on the Bitcoin as a legal tender, okay? Because they know the US dollar is going to go bye-bye in the next little while. And you're going to see a lot of countries doing that, okay? Getting away from the US dollar and getting either into Bitcoin or into the gold-backed standard fiat currency just to get away from the US currency, okay? So that's why they're going to be doing much, much better in the new year than the US. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. And we got a couple minutes left. Any 3-card readings?
3 cards.
Adam from Australia. Apparently, I get a lot of Australians here. In the back of YouTube, it tells me where everybody's viewing from, and I get a lot of people from Australia. Cool. And only a small portion of my viewers are from Canada. So we got to change that. Anyways, 3-card reading for Adam. So this is financial success. You're now no longer tied to things that you previously were tied to in your thinking about finances. I think that's going to be changing around for yourself. And you're going to be the advocate to a new way of thinking for everything financially around you. And you're going to be drawing people into for that information. You personally are going to be okay in the next little while. You're no longer hung up on ideas on how to move forward. And you're going to be making the correct choices in the near future. Okay? And it's going to be not as bad as you think it is. I think it's going to be much, much better when you change into this new way of thinking about your financial future. When you do that, you're going to see everything turn around quite a bit. Okay? Well, thank you for the question, and I'm hoping that helps you out. We're at the hour. So if you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to setgreensbyandre.com, book something, and just email me, and we'll set up a time. I got people from all around the world that ask me for readings, which is actually cool. Get to see the what people are doing in other countries. That's pretty cool. Also, if you like to protect your cryptocurrencies, make sure you go to secretreadsbyandre.com, where I have the link to the treasure. Okay, that's probably the best, safest place to keep your crypto at the moment. Make sure you get some of these cryptocurrencies, because that is part of the plan by other sources that say this is the way forward for the new system coming into place. Okay. What else we got? Oh, yes. Always grateful for everybody that comes out. It makes the show amazing for the live. Can't have a live without people. Well, you can, but it'd just be talking to myself, which is no different than any other day. First, here are Saturday, Sunday at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark down your calendar, and I'll make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.